I'm Tim. Welcome to What You Want, and thanks for logging on. Today we are looking at the Panerai Luminor Marina Titanium PAM 61. 44 millimeters entirely in brushed titanium. This PAM 61 is, like all of the watches featured on our YouTube channel, actual inventory available for immediate purchase and delivery on our retail website, whatyouwant.com. And if you enjoy getting the latest news, views, and reviews from us at whatyouwant.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel, What You Want Inc. Now, on the wrist, the PAM 61 is the classical image of the 44mm Betterini case Panerai Luminor. This one's particularly flat, being that it's manually wound, so it doesn't have the extra height of the automatic winding movement to deal with, and it also has the lightness of the titanium, and that's a dynamic combination, especially in conjunction with this brushed finish and the alligator leather strap, because this is an upscale, more refined, more subdued look for the Panerai Luminor. Now, if you want to go full bling, you'd want something like a polished gold case. Brushed titanium, especially with alligator leather, definitely makes this watch more versatile. Still rugged, still 300-meter water resistant, that's 1,000 feet, still a sports watch in every sense. Nevertheless, this one's more likely to clear a long sleeve or a dress cuff because of the thinner case, because of the highly sloped conical bezel, and of course, in terms of aesthetic coherence, it's an excellent match for black tie. So as formal as you want to get, this watch is up to it. But it also likes to play rough, and I'll get to that in a moment. But I want to talk more about the ergonomic equation. Now, the watch has exceptionally short lugs. If you've ever had doubts about whether or not you could wear a Panerai, fear not. The best thing I could show you to advantage is just how cobby this watch is. It's really square and squat, only about as high as it is wide. 44 millimeters plus a few millimeters of lug pretty much says it all. So you don't have to worry about this one overlapping a small wrist. You can wear it comfortably down to about 5.5 inches in circumference, and you can see just how short those lugs are. From this overhead shot, the watch is basically all case, a true cushion in every respect. Think of it as a one-to-one and a great match for a smaller wrist, especially with this thinner manual wind case and the light titanium. Now, the alligator leather strap is very thick, but at the same time, it tapers off nicely as it moves away from the lug, and it has a nice supple calf skin on the bottom. It's substantial, I'm not going to lie to you, but these are excellent matches to the case itself. Aesthetically, the combination of the contrasting hand stitch with this beautiful, almost brownish burgundy tone alligator leather is unusual. Panerai watches tend to be matched to rubber or calfskin straps for historical and practical reasons. To get one on gator, especially in this unique, almost red wine tone with the contrasting stitch, really complements the unique look of the tobacco-colored sandwich dial, black oxidized hands, and the subdued brushed titanium finish. This is a smart look for a sports watch, and it's paired to the convenience of a correspondingly subdued brushed titanium pin buckle for easy adjustment on the fly. Now, inboard of the brushed bezel, which like I mentioned is highly sloped to allow a cuff to ride up and over, you see the dial that really is this watch's signature. Now, it is a shallow sandwich dial, so what that means is there is a stencil that's put on top of a fully loomed disc, and that fully loomed disc provides the luminescent elements, the numerals, the indices that you see, the hash marks of the sub-seconds at 9 o'clock. And so they have depth to them, and they have 3 dimensions to them, especially when you view it at night. It glows brilliantly. There's a reason that these watches are renowned for their nighttime legibility, and the bottom line is the sandwich effect is a big part of that. So while it's lost in the iPhone photos, you'll be able to see it in better detail in the high-res images on our website, whatyouwant.com. Now, what I like to point out with this watch is just how smartly oxidized the hands are at center. They read like little strips of loom, but you barely see the hands against the tobacco background, and that's because they're black oxidized, so the actual mass of the hands themselves disappears, leaving only the light-colored luminescent elements to indicate the time, day or night. This is a very classic image that the Paneristi, the global fan base of the brand, really appreciate, and the PAM 61 is a particularly charismatic reference. Not only well regarded in its own right, but so popular that after it was discontinued following the early 2000s, in the mid-decade there was a limited out-of-range re-release of the watch, just a few dozen units released to satisfy collectors, special friends and fans of the brand. VIPs who missed out on the initial production run. So this watch is considered to be collector's gold, a true fan favorite by those who love the brand most. The PAM 61 is a smart-looking watch, a unique-looking watch, and something of a famous reference in the Panerai back catalog. But it does have all the hallmarks of the traditional Panerai Luminor. We talked a little bit about that classic Cabi Betterini case, the tuna can profile, but the device protecting the crown is a signature of all Panerai Luminor models in the modern era. From 1993, this was available for the first time on the civilian market, but its history dates back to the late 1940s when it was originally devised as an alternative to the Rolex pioneered screw-down crown system. Now, a screw-down crown can keep good seal, but when you have to wind the watch or when you have to reset the watch, you have to screw the crown all the way out and work the seals heavily. Do that too often and you're going to compromise the integrity of the seal. Panerai devised this locking lever, which has the fringe benefit of acting as a full aspect crown guard to protect the crown and also protect the seals. So as soon as you unlock the lever, you unlock the crown. Now you can wind the watch, you can pull the crown, you can adjust the time, and you can do it all when your hands are sweaty, wet, or gloved, because as soon as the lever's up, the crown moves freely. It was brilliant when it was conceived in the late 1940s, brilliant when it was first fielded in 1950, likewise when patented in 1956. And to this day, it's probably the most visible, salient, and beloved single symbol of the Panerai brand. Now, the nice thing about the movement inside is that it lives up to the standard of the rest of the watch. A durable, rugged, traditionally inspired, yes, pocket watch movement. Just like the original Rolex-built Panerai combat watches, Panerai in the modern era relies on a vintage-styled pocket watch movement to fill the entire case and power this rugged timepiece. Now this one is the Panerai caliber OP2, so 3 Hz, 21,600 vibrations per hour, over 37 millimeters in diameter. It fills this massive case and it is by itself bigger across than a Rolex Datejust. Featuring a gorgeous traditional swan's neck fine adjustment regulator, it also keeps the regulating index of the balance fixed. So even if you shock the watch, and it is a sports watch, let's remember, it's not going to move the index, displace it, and permanently change the timing of the movement. A 56-hour power reserve, that's solidly more than the industry standard of 42 hours, so you get to wind this watch as quality time, not as a constant chore, and it winds beautifully with a clear click and detent and a tactile feel through the hand that is second to none. Also beautifully finished. If you've ever seen the base movement before Panerai finishes it, it looks nothing like this. It doesn't even operate at 3 Hz. It operates at 2.5 or 18,000. An unfinished 6497 doesn't bear any resemblance to what you see here. So not only is the movement appropriate to the spirit of the Panerai, being a pocket watch movement of vintage inspiration first designed during the 50s, but the level of improvement from the extended power reserve, Panerai adds more, to the swan's neck regulator, which Panerai affixes, to the higher beat rate for precision and the COSC chronometer certification. All of this is what Panerai does to improve the basic movement, which is already, as I mentioned, historically accurate to the Panerai tradition and in the spirit of the combat originals. You can see this outstandingly versatile, tough, highly regarded collector favorite, the PAM 61 Luminor Marina Titanium, on our website, available for immediate purchase on watchyouwant.com.